everyone's day is off to a magical start. Welcome to Disney on a Dime. I'm Tan. This is my husband, Eric, guys. And today we are coming to you with a topic that we typically don't talk about here on the Disney on a Dime channel, guys. You guys know, if you have been following the channel for a while, we are all about happiness, theme parks, both Universal and Disney.
And along those lines, keep in mind, guys, this is our second channel. This is not our quote-unquote main channel. We have another channel called THEUNFRUMPYMOMMYLIFE. If you haven't subscribed to it, subscribe to that channel. And I would say on both channels, right, this is obviously a channel geared towards Orlando.
Yeah, and just having a great time.
Having a great time.
Family fun.
Yeah, the other channel is more of a lifestyle channel. We decorate, you do hauls and shopping.
You do little furniture put together, handy guy type of stuff.
But the point I want to make is, on both channels, we try to keep it like really light and carefree and air. We don't want to get, or we haven't wanted to get real deep on either channel. Right. But in this case, we saw some of these comments and we're like, man, we got to address some of this controversy that's just bubbled up. So that's what we're going to talk about today, guys. Some of the comments that have been left here on the Disney on a Dime channel. Inappropriate, guys. So before you jump into it and start reading some of the rude comments, I want to say, you know, it's interesting. We had the Young Frumpy Mommy Life, our lifestyle vlog, for years. And, you know, on that vlog, we don't really give an opinion. It's more or less kind of following us around, seeing the stuff we do in the house, where you shop. But when we started Disney on a Dime, we did it with the express intent of helping out consumers, right? People would ask us questions. So it's a lot of it is about saving money and time and how to do Orlando correctly, because a lot of people go to Orlando and hate it because they don't do it right, quite frankly. So in doing Disney on a Dime, we have to have an opinion. We can't go like a lot of the other Orlando vloggers and say, oh, everything's great. We got to say, hey guys, you know, don't do this instead. We have to have an opinion. Right. And also we're looking at it from the standpoint of a Disney guest or Universal guest who has to travel to Orlando with a family, and get a hotel and rent a car. So yeah, like you said, babe, we have to have an opinion. But anyway. And well, and I said that to say, it's interesting to me to see what happens when you flip it, when you have an opinion, how people don't like your opinion and get like mad. So go ahead and start reading. Well, this first comment comes from Tony Cray. All right. And I will do my best to put these individuals' names up here. You know, they may want a little shout out here on the channel. So Tony Cray, just in case I don't get a chance to type everything in, it's TONECRAY. All right. Tony Cray left this particular comment on the video where I talked about how to easily whiten white clothes. Now, I don't know why that particular video warranted this particular comment, but Tony felt inclined to do so. So Tony says, imagine waking up to those teeth and that voice. Yikes. So this wasn't even on Disney on a Dime. No, this was the main channel. Tony, thank you for your comments, okay? But I don't think you will ever have to worry about that. But we do appreciate you stopping in. And trust me, Tony, I have to beat the guys away from my lovely wife here with the stick. Constant, so she's good. We're good. Yeah, we don't need your approval. I love it too. Let me just say this. You know, there's a lot of themes here. You can talk about people being rude, but a lot of sexism online. Right? Just guys, you know, getting on women. I hate that. This one is from Monique Bowden, M-I-N-I-Q-U-E. Monique Bowden, B-O-W-D-E-N. She says, WTF is wrong with her husband? Well, Monique, not sure if you've had an opportunity to watch any of our videos, both over on the Unfrumpy Mommy Life channel or the Disney on a Dime channel, but my husband's wonderful. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have been a stay-at-home mom for, oh gosh, I don't know how long, babe. About 15 years. So I get up and the day is mine. So my husband is wonderful. And we've been happily married for almost 20 years. So we're good. We're good. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm fine. Right. Just have my physical and great health, so I'm good. All right. This next one, and also guys, so these particular comments, you know, these are
look, we're laughing about these, but guys, there are some that we actually are not going to share here on the channel. Kind of racist comments, and I'll let Eric kind of touch on those. All right, so this one is from Captain Roids, R-O-I-D-S, like I guess steroids. He says, I'm not going to listen to a bunch of no-life nerds type their bleeping feelings on a website. I will go to Volcano Bay and see how my experience is myself.
Can I address this one?
Yes, and this was over on the Disney on a Dime channel, guys.
So one of our most controversial videos on the Disney on a Dime channel, we did a review, not really a review of a water park. We just talked about, hey, Universal had opened a new water park called Volcano Bay. But it was getting murdered online. Yeah. On Yelp and on TripAdvisor. So we basically said, not really throwing Universal on the bus, but we basically said, based on the reviews, we would kind of hold off on going there. We love Universal, but a lot of people got like upset. Yeah. And it's like, it wasn't even really our opinion. This was again based on things we'd heard from friends, reading information online. But it's interesting, Captain Roids here read the video, or saw the video, but said he wasn't going to listen to us, but you had to listen to us to watch the video. So, right. Thanks for the view, I guess. I guess,
but to your point, babe, you know, we would go and check out, you know, the construction as they were building Volcano Bay, and we saw for ourselves the fact that it did seem like they were kind of rushing the construction of Volcano Bay, and it also seemed like they were putting, I don't know, a really large type of park feature in such a small space. Okay, so again, checking out,
we did do our research,
you know, some more reputable places, TripAdvisor, talking to friends and family who had actually gone to Volcano Bay, you know. So the next comment comes from Oswald Hernandez. Okay, Oswald Hernandez says, you guys are effing clowns. Volcano Bay is the best water park since Wet n Wild. Disney is an overpriced piece of bleep.
Read his, he got one before that. The other one before that is better.
All right. Oh, Oswald left 2 comments. Okay, he says, everyone try the park out before you listen to these paid Disney clowns. Everyone has a different experience.
I wish I was a paid Disney clown. Ooh. Disney does not.
No, nobody pays for any of this but this guy right here. Okay, yeah. Disney's not paying for any of this.
No, we're not that big. I wish we were.
Next one comes from Gary Winthrop. Gary Winthrop, okay? Gary says, holy bleep, y'all are effing retarded. Is Disney paying you to say that Volcano Bay is bad?
F off.
Bleep off.
Let me just say too, I hope Gary, just reading it, that sounds like maybe a teenager or a child. You know, I would just say to the parents out there, just be careful what your teenagers post online. I saw something recently, I think on Good Morning America, a bunch of students had gotten into, it may have been Harvard, and they had their, you know, they had been accepted, but they were rejected because they posted some inappropriate stuff online. And I get a feeling with a lot of our theme park vlogs, a lot of the negative comments, I just have a sense based on how they were written was from maybe teenagers or children. Okay, and so my response to that is, would our child get up here and do this? So I think what children do is a reflection of what goes on in their household. Just like bullying.
Okay? Yeah. So if you are a parent that uses foul language, you talk about people badly or incorrectly, you use racist comments in the house, your children listen to what you do, and these are the kids who are on here writing this type of stuff. So, you know, kind of check yourself to make sure that you are raising, you know, responsible, you know, members of society. Okay, so our next comment comes from Robert Weber. Hi, Robert. Robert says, well,
let me set this one up. So remember, guys, Disney on a Dime is very much, we're looking out for the consumer. We're telling people how to save money. So one of our criticisms, and I think it was legitimate, of Volcano Bay, as we said, look, NBC, Universal, Comcast is a massive corporation. And there's no reason for them not to have been able to invest the money that they need to for Volcano Bay. Not to necessarily come off without a hitch, but Volcano Bay had a lot of problems, and we're like, where was the investment? They should have put more money in. If they were a smaller mom and pop shop, we could maybe understand them having some problems, but this is a huge corporation. So what was Robert's response?
All right, so Robert says, and all right, there's a lot of incorrect verbiage here. There's a lot of incorrect grammar.
Isn't it always the trolls that have the incorrect grammar?
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I have a background in education. I actually have a master's in education. I was, a teacher for a little over 11, 12 years. So it's kind of hard for me to read some of the comments that have been left where the grammar is, not up to par. So I'm going to do my best to get through this one. All right. So Robert Weber says, well, if it was a mom and pop shop, I'd, and he misspelled I'd, cut them slack.
So he's quoting what we said. That's what we said. So what's his response?
Right. Show me one theme park anywhere that has ever opened with absolutely zero glitches. You can't, and he misspelled can't.
I stop right there. I call BS, because again, why are you looking out for this major corporation that's taking people's money? These theme parks are not cheap. Why is he on their side?
If the park is going to open, it should be open and ready for business.
They were charging
or
full
we
price.
should have a discounted ticket. That was our point.
Common sense.
All right. He says, I mean, and then he started, I alone should be an uppercase letter. I mean, you don't, he misspelled don't, seem too intelligent.
Two should have two O's instead of one.
O is what you should have used there, Robert. Okay, those are synonyms. Two, and two. You needed the one with the two O's. Okay, and he says, I mean, you don't seem too intelligent. Now, listen, Robert, we've been called many things in our lifetime, okay? But not intelligent has not been one of them, okay? My husband is an engineer. Not sure if you've seen the math and science for those engineering courses, but okay, Robert, all right. But anyway, Robert, thank you so much for stopping in and leaving this particular comment. We are highly intelligent individuals over here, and I'm sure Universal appreciates you kind of going to bat for them.
I hope Universal is paying you. You guys are talking about Disney paying us.
Oh, thank you to Soraya. Thank you to Soraya Yisrael. She actually kind of told Robert the same thing we just said. She's an educator, he's an engineer, so I'm not sure if the not intelligent thing is going to fly there.
And I want to say this before I forget. We are reading some of the negative comments. You were at Run from Unfrumpy Mama. We're reading some from Disney on the Dime. Guys, don't make no mistakes. 90% of the comments we get on both channels are extremely positive. So we're not sitting up here crying and say, oh, isn't that? This is funny to us, and we get mostly positive comments. So I'm going to read some more. We won't continue on with the negative. Again, they did get worse, however. They were a lot worse. There were some that were really, some of you kind of were out of line. Do you want me to address should we do the racist ones now?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to read the racist comments. I mean, we deleted and blocked most of them. What struck me about it is this, and I'm not going to go off on a rant. There's this term that I think we've all heard, playing the race card. Somebody can kind of play the race card. And what's amazing to me is you have a website or a vlog, and it's about something as innocent as water parks and theme parks. It doesn't get more harmless,
innocent than that.
And so we're not talking about race at all. We're not talking about anything political whatsoever, and yet so many people brought race into the conversation.
We're trying to save individuals money on whether or not they should go to Volcano Bay.
So to see all kind of racial slurs, it's just, it takes away your credibility. And look, there was a lot of legitimate criticism, and has been on some of our videos. But again, when you do that, you lose all credibility, and you kind of make, I think, the point that a lot of people feel that, there is a lot of racism. You're kind of proving the point of people that are.
You should be able to make your point, guys, without going there. If that shows a lack of intelligence. Intelligent people should be able to make a point without criticizing, name calling. And again, playing the race card.
And it also happens, there's playing the sex card, jumping down, women's throat, because it's a woman that has an opinion. So it was just funny for us.
Who want these teeth?
I love those teeth. So let me read some. Again, we had mostly positive. Let me read some of the positive comments, especially from the Disney on a Dime channel. So Royal Vibe says, you guys shirts really make me happy. Thanks for sharing.
New Disney shirts.
So we do, I'm wearing a Nintendo shirt, but that's because Universal is now partnered with Nintendo. And I'm really excited about that. We're going to talk about that in one of our videos. I also like it, a lot of the back and forth. Daphne Hernandez, hopefully she's not related to Oliver, says, talked about
What did she say?
She just said her family really loves Expedition Everest, and that's what I like, is the feedback back and forth. Lisa Sakula, we are, you know, she talked about being able to find universal t-shirts at Five Below, which I thought was funny because a lot of our t-shirts are from Five Below.
Yeah.
So we've done Five Below hauls, we've gotten Disney t-shirts, but we haven't found any from Universal at Five Below. But I just like to see people like Lisa that are really watching the channel and getting something out of it.
Yeah.
And finally, and we couldn't pick obviously all the positive comments, but Ursula Williams said about our Disney channel, I enjoy your channel, keep up the wonderful work.
Thank you, Ursula.
So my advice to anyone, you know, and this is, I think we're not the first people to say this, if you're gonna, a lot of people ask us about like starting a YouTube channel. You know, your kids want to be on YouTube, they're in social media. You are going to get, I'll use the word bully. I don't really think we can get bullied. We're pretty immune to it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. We had a good laugh out of some of these comments. As you can see, we're laughing and smiling now. That's because we are pretty established in ourselves. You know, we're pretty confident, you know, we're adults. But what you really want to watch out for, guys, those of you who leave these types of comments, be careful whose channel, page, picture, whatever you go and drop these negative comments off on.
And no one's immune to it. It's funny, we are big Game of Thrones fans, and Ed Sheeran made a guest appearance on this season's first episode. And I thought he did a good job. I thought it was fine, but people, I guess, were criticizing him on Twitter. So I think this is like his second or third time quitting social media, so he hopped off of Twitter again.
We're not shutting down our channel.
No.
Y'all can put negative comments. I really sympathize with Ed. We're on a first name basis.
Yeah, we know.
You know, we know Ed, but we're not shutting down either channel.
And look, if you criticize us, like Captain Roy too, who said he's not going to listen to us, but yet watch the video, guys, you're just giving us a view. So
yeah,
you know, I think everybody knows controversy sells, so we're going to take the good with the bad and just roll with it.
All right, guys. So I know Eric said we had read the last comment, but as we sit here on our computers, a really great comment just came in. This is on the $1,500 IKEA closet, DIY California closet.
We did that on the Unfrumpy Mommy Life channel.
This is from What's Mama Cooking For Us. I love your channel name, okay? She says, Eric is cracking me up with his clipboard and his work belt, LOL, calling himself the property brother. He does a great job though. You're a lucky lady, Tan. And
you are a lucky lady.
I know.
So on the other channel, if you're not subscribed to the Unfrumpy Mommy Life, we do a lot of IKEA closet designs and all that stuff. So she's commenting on the video I did for that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is it. We hope that you have enjoyed, I guess I should say enjoyed, I don't know, listening to some of the comments that we receive on both channels, the Unfrumpy Mommy Life channel as well as Disney on a Dime. And with that, guys, don't forget to make every day amazing or magical. Bye, guys.